Hi YouTube, I'm Breakup Brad, and this video is about sex with your ex. Now, as you might have guessed, I'm not going to sleep with your ex myself personally. I'm married, but you might be able to. And if such an opportunity does arise for you, should you take it? Is sex a good way to make him or her want to get back together? Well, keep watching, because you're going to learn in this video whether sleeping with your ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend can actually help you get them back and have a new relationship with them again. Now, actually, guys, this video is going to have two completely separate parts because my answer to this question is totally different for men than it is for women. So I'm going to start by talking only to the guys out there watching, and then later in the video, I'll be talking to just the female viewers about this. So, guys, we're going to start with you, so don't go anywhere, gentlemen. And if you are a woman watching this, and you want your ex-boyfriend back, then the next few minutes of this video are not going to help you, because they're just for men. So ladies, if you're feeling a little impatient, please go ahead and skip to part 2 of this video, where I'll be talking specifically to you. Oh, and one last thing before we get started. If you don't actually want your ex back, and you're trying to get over the breakup and move on, don't sleep with your ex. It doesn't really matter if you're male, female, from another planet, whatever. Sex with an ex is just usually going to make getting over them take longer and be more painful. So I guess if you have literally zero feelings for this ex and you just want to get laid, then go for it. But that's not what this video is going to be about. So let's dive into part 1 for guys only. All right, my dudes, it's time for some bro talk here. Now I know you guys, you want to get laid again. And I know you also want your girl back because you're watching this video. And you know what? Most of the time, sleeping with your ex is actually going to help you get her back, or at least improve your odds. So, that's kind of nice. You can have some fun in the bedroom, and you can know that is actually also probably going to be helping your cause. Now, it's not quite that simple, but here's the key difference between men and women. Thanks to just our, hardwired genetic differences, sex is less of an emotional bonding experience for us guys than it is for women. Now, women tend to feel more vulnerable after sex. They crave, attention, intimacy, cuddling, pillow talk, that kind of stuff, after sex to sort of validate that their sexual partner actually values them and isn't just using them for sex. Now, I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about here. This is a pretty obvious difference between how each gender thinks about sexual intimacy. So, guys, by sleeping with your ex-girlfriend, you're basically activating her hardwired emotional connection gene. Showing her how connected you two can be after sex gives her something really valuable, and it's something that's fundamentally important to the female psyche. You're going to cause her to release all those feel-good hormones that are associated with monogamy and relationships, and you're going to be able to rebuild a bit of her attraction for you, which, of course, is key if you want to get back together with her. All right, gentlemen, I've got one last tip for you before I switch over to the women's section of this video, and that is to don't forget to make it obvious to your ex, subtly, of course, that you've got plenty of other women lined up ready to jump in the sack with you. This just basically taps into basic human psychology. We all want what we can't have, and if there's other girls who want to sleep with you, that's going to make your ex-girlfriend jealous, obviously, but it's also going to subconsciously force her to think of you as a high-value guy. Now, this is actually a really effective tactic when it's used properly, but please be extremely careful and make sure you know what you're doing when you're trying to incite jealousy. At the very least, visit breakupbrad.com and watch my free tutorial video before you actually try to incite any jealousy in your ex. Or, better yet, pick up a copy of my best-selling X Factor program right now, because that's going to give you a step-by-step guide to safely using jealousy and reverse psychology and some sneaky tactics there to make her beg to have you back. All right, gentlemen, this concludes the Bro Talk section. Thank you for watching. The rest of this video is just going to be for the ladies, so you can safely close this video and move on to breakupbrad.com or another one of my videos here on YouTube. All right, now part 2 here is obviously strictly for the lovely ladies watching. Thank you for sticking with me to this point. The rest of this video is just for you if you want your man back. Now, I'm not going to fart around here because honestly, the answer to this question, whether sex with your ex is going to help you win him back, is a simple no, it won't. If you did watch some of the men's section that I just talked about earlier in this video, you'll recognize that this is actually the opposite of what I told to the male viewers. For women, most of the time, it's actually not a good idea to get back into bed with your ex, at least not if you're hoping to ever get back with him and be in a real relationship again. Now, why is that the case? Well, basically it's because he wants to have sex with you. Men are pretty much uniform on that one, so if he's got a chance to sleep with you and continue to enjoy that part of your relationship without actually having to commit to you in a romantic way, he's probably going to do so. And that's why withholding sex gives you a little bit of leverage, some power over him. Essentially, you're saying, sorry, no sex for you if you're not my boyfriend and you won't be willing to commit. Now, obviously, he's not going to like that, which is actually why this can be such an effective strategy to help get him to take you back. Now, here's an important thing to keep in mind. You simply can't be available to him whenever he wants. So, don't hesitate to let him know that you've got absolutely no interest in becoming friends with benefits kind of thing. Because if you do want this guy back, if you want to be in any sort of real monogamous romantic relationship with him again, then you really must make him work for it and become invested in you. Now, this just taps into basic human psychology again, and it's really the best way to go for the vast majority of women in your situation if you know your ex is interested in sleeping with you. Okay, ladies, I got 2 more tips on this topic before I wrap this video up. First, remember to make sure your ex-boyfriend knows that you're moving on and that you're already in the process of replacing him with some other guy. I mean, hey, he chose not to be with you anymore, so he's just going to have to accept that you're going to be sleeping with other men from now on, unless, of course, he smartens up and asks you to take him back. Now, this is just one of the dead simple but extremely effective emotional hot buttons that I cover in my X Factor program. And if you push enough of these sneaky buttons, and you'll quite literally be altering the hormones in his brain and subconsciously shifting his perception of you. So please, after this video is over, do yourself a favor and watch my full tutorial video at breakupbrad.com. Because in that video I go into more detail and reveal some similarly effective emotional hot buttons that you can begin using today to reel him back into your arms. And lastly, my final tip, while you shouldn't sleep with your ex at all if you want him back, you should actually ramp up your flirting with him at the same time. You really want to build some sexual tension, so flirt like crazy any chance you get. Don't go overboard and make it seem weird or unnatural, but definitely do use any friendly encounters with him or any text message exchanges to crank up the flirting and fire up his sex drive. Again, I've dedicated an entire section of my program to how to flirt effectively and how to make him want you just through using some simple texts and phrases. So visit breakupbrad.com in a second here and grab a copy of my program if you do need more help flirting and safely using sexual innuendos or memories to rebuild his attraction for you. Now, don't skip this part. It is a critical step. It's just starting fresh with a new committed relationship with your ex. And don't mistake, no sex for no sexual tension, because flirting is key. Okay, folks, please comment below this video with your questions, your feedback, you know the drill. If you are subscribed to my channel here on YouTube and you keep your comments brief, I'll respond to all of your comments within a few days. And before we wrap this up, let's just quickly recap. Men who want to get your ex-girlfriend back, you should sleep with your ex if given the chance. Don't do anything stupid or force her into anything, obviously. I'm serious about that, dudes. This tactic is not going to work unless it's consensual and she wants to. But generally, guys, go for it. Sex is going to help you get her back. And ladies, as I just explained in the second half, you should withhold sex if you want your man back. But at the same time, while he needs to know your body's off limits for now, you do want to flirt and really hammer home the sexual attraction so that he knows exactly what he's missing now that you're no longer together as a couple. All right, and that does conclude this video. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to leave your comments. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you at breakupbrad.com. Bye for now.